All right, and welcome. So this video is designed to address the question of how do I get started in Fastcase 7? So I know that a number of users often express confusion when they're moving over to 7 from 6, mostly because they are used to or accustomed to searching in 6 using a very specific method. So in the older version of Fastcase, if we want to conduct a search, we first select the content within which we desire to search. So you would select a quick case law search, an advanced case law search. You would select search statutes to search statutes, so on and so forth. Once you have determined the content type you want to search within, of course, then you designate a search type. So you would designate keyword, natural language, or a citation search. Now, the benefit of 7, or one of my favorite benefits, is that you now can conduct searches in all jurisdictions and all content types, as well as conduct natural language, keyword slash Boolean operator, and citation searches in a single search bar. That is why when you log in, you see one centralized search bar on the main page. Now, getting started with a search is quite easy. So you just need to do the following. The first thing is let's assume that you wanted to do a natural language search, or you wanted to just look for a specific keyword. So if I wanted to run a search for fraud, for example, I would just search for the word fraud. And then you would run your search. Now, right away, you run your search because I've applied no filters, as I noted earlier. I get search results. I get over 1 million of them. Search results for all content types across all jurisdictions, right? If I want to then filter those results by a specific jurisdiction, I come over here to this left, what we call our left filters panel here, or our left side facet panel here, whatever your preference for what we call post-search filters. And then you come over here to where we see available sources, and you simply type in what you are looking for. So if I was looking for, let's say that I wanted to narrow by Oregon cases, I simply type the word Oregon. My filter options then narrow accordingly to give me the options for the sub jurisdictions or the individual sources available to filter by within the larger jurisdiction of Oregon. Then you just check the box accordingly. So I would just check the District of Oregon, and then you see right away I have cases here from the under current sources, cases here from the District of Oregon, and now I went from over 1 million results to just over or just under 1,400. Now, the other way to narrow your search is you can simply come over here and you can click this button here. So when you hover over this button, it tells me that this button is designed to select jurisdictions and sources to filter your search. This option to the right of the search bar on the main page gives you the option to narrow or to designate a kind of filtering area before you populate search results. So you click it. Now the rule of thumb when you're selecting a filter is you always want to work from left to right. So on the left-hand side, you select your broader state or federal circuit category. So if I was following the same example, I was using Oregon. I check Oregon on the left. I then want to come over here to the right-hand side and select the type of content. Now there is a down arrow on the right-hand side beside each of these content areas. If you click the down arrow, it allows you to not only select all cases for the larger jurisdiction on the left of Oregon, but to get as simple as selecting individual federal district courts. So if I selected the District of Oregon once more, I could also combine that with other courts. I could even come back over here to the left. I could, let's say, select New York. I could also combine my search with courts from various jurisdictions. In addition, you can also combine content types. So I could come over here. I've got New York and Oregon selected on the left. I've got all cases selected on the right here. I can also open up statutes, and I could do, my statutes as well. So just check out the relevant boxes. Once you have selected all of the filtering areas, you want to come up here to the top right and click Save and Continue. You will then have a blue box below the search bar that represents each of the filters you have applied. In this case, I have applied a filter for New York state cases, Oregon state cases, statutes from the laws of New York, and statutes from the Oregon revised statutes. Once you have verified that the filters you want are the filters that are appearing as blue boxes below the search bar, you once more just run your search and you get your results accordingly. And you can also confirm top left of the search page, there are the filtering areas that I have just applied. Now going back to the main page, you also, when you're dealing with sort of getting started, I had just ran a sample search for fraud. You can also run a search of any kind because the system will automatically recognize the type of search you're running. So let's assume in this example that I was looking for a specific Oregon statute. I could, for example, come over here and type ORS 137.700. That would be what we would consider to be a citation search. Citation searches work for statutes, regulation sections, case citations, and the like. You'll also notice that the search bar has what we consider, or what we call a type ahead feature. It is another way of labeling what we would consider to be a suggested documents function. So the suggested documents function says, okay, you're typing in a citation. I'm going to give you a list of suggested documents that I think you're looking for based upon the information you have typed. And in other words, it's working ahead of us as we type. And then you can just click one of these options to get to the section or the individual document that you are looking for. Now, this will also work for, as I noted before, it'll also work for your case citations. So I could, if I was looking for Marbury v. Madison, which is recorded at 5 U.S. 137, I simply, as you see here, type in 5 U.S. 137, and it tells me that this is what I am likely looking for from the suggested documents dropdown. I click it from the list. I go directly to that case. Now, if you are a person who is inquiring about if you like to do Boolean searching, that's kind of the third area with which you can search from the singular search bar. So I could do, for example, I want to look for collateral within 3 of estoppel, run my search, get my results accordingly. As you see here, the system has automatically recognized that I was running a keyword / Boolean operator search as evidenced by this W/3 or a proximity connector. Now we have also placed for you a handy dandy Boolean tip sheet that you can use to sort of get comfortable with designing Boolean operator searches. You find that here, so you see where I'm pointing in the top right, there's an icon that says, when I hover over it, it says help and support. It is a question mark inside of a circle. You click it, the drop-down menu opens up. The top item from the drop-down menu is Boolean tips. Well, if you click it correctly, it is Boolean tips. The tip sheet will open up across or over the top of the application, so it will not force you to enter into a new window. The nice thing about this Boolean tip sheet is this represents the entire universe of Boolean operators that you need to become familiar with if you desire to conduct Boolean operator searches within Fastcase 7. And then you just simply check these out here and then close it out and proceed with your research. So all in all, that is my nice 10 minutes or less breakout of how to get started within Fastcase 7, but also answering your query about where do I search within Fastcase 7 as well. If you have additional questions, feel free to register for a training that I conduct every other week on Monday. Or if you are interested in, I would also encourage you to check out those support options. If we are missing a video, if there's something in the user guide that you're not seeing, please let me know, and I will get that, we'll call it support or educational library expanded ASAP. All right. Have a great rest of your day.